Sark has done well, and he's learned from his mentors in Pete Carroll and Nick Saban. He talked some about mentorship and coaching and all that. But one of the things he brought up, what I thought was interesting, because it's definitely been seen at Texas, is Saban's consistency. And this is something that Sark has really pushed on for Texas. And it's showing, especially in the defense, a lot of rewards right now. Here's Sark on talking about Saban and his consistency and being able to continue to win at a high level.
I think as far as Coach Saban, it's pretty remarkable what he has done. When you think about the offensive coordinators, the defensive coordinators, the special teams coordinators, not to mention the position coaches that have come through. I think as a head coach, and you think, man, if I could ever have the longevity that he'd have, man, I'd sure love to have that style of consistency. And I think it all goes back to him. He knows exactly who he is. He does not change for you. You're going to change for him. And inevitably, whether it's the system that you want to bring in to run on offense, defense, special teams, whatever that is, or how you want to coach a player, you're going to coach it the way he wants you to coach it, and you're going to call plays the way he wants you to call it, and that allows him to continue to coach everybody on the team. But yet, as the new face comes in, things don't change as much as you think, because they're really ran his way. And again, that's a credit to him for sticking to it and not diverting from who he is.
That right there is really something that you can tell Sark got from Saban, is consistency of keeping the same coaches, but keeping his message in his way. And I think it's something that why the coaches are staying with him is because they understand the messaging, and they understand he's hoping, and his message to his coaches should be and seems to be, I'm going to continue to coach my way, and you guys are not going to have to leave because I fire you. You're all going to leave when you get better jobs, because that's how I left. I left coaching with Saban because I got hired here. This is where I'm going to see. All you guys are going to move up from where you're at right now, but part of that is I know you guys are going to be leaving, so we have to do everything the way I want to do them. On the flip of that, you have to learn from all of the coaches underneath you, so you as a head coach can improve. That's the question of what can Sark do this season. Is Sark going to be able to continue to grow and learn from the coaches that are around him? Can you bring in a Paul Chryst, who is, known for his power run game at Wisconsin, and bring him in and let him teach you another part of this game and get you hyped up about doing it? Because until you're excited about running the ball through the tackles, running it through the guards, running just kind of straightforward plays, and plays that aren't necessarily explosive plays, which are Sark's favorite, and not running something that's major, but are big things to help you win first and second down. Help you beat down an O-line so that you don't, when you go for it on fourth down like you did twice against Rice and didn't get it either time because your O-line didn't get the pressure. If you have a team that is building on that throughout the season, those fourth downs, those third and shorts, you're able to pick up a lot easier because you're starting to get excited about those plays. So you want to call them because you're excited at the results. You're excited at a 5-yard run that you can get a C.J. Baxter or a Jonathan Brooks to pull their average up to 5 or 6 yards, and then they break one because they keep running at it. And you got 2 or 3 guys, because we saw what Jaden Blue could do. I want to see if he can continue to get excited about other things. We saw him throw intermediate passes, and it worked really well against Rice. Can he be excited about doing that and grow from his coaches, grow from experience? We've known that Nick Saban can do that. So it is consistency that no matter who the offensive coordinator is, no matter who the defensive coordinator is, which is what Sark's telling you. We know that Tommy Rees is coming in, but I know what happened when I came as offensive coordinator at Alabama. I know what happened when I got there, says Sark. He says, when I got there, Saban said, all right, how are you going to do what we do better? Because we're still going to do what we do, and you just have to do it better. But we're not changing up our philosophies. So he knows that going into these games, that even with the new OC and a new DC, he's got at least somewhat of a game plan to go against. And that goes into when he was asked, what do you know going into Bama? And what are your headspace is at with the team with the new OC, with the new DC? What do you know going into Bama?
And I think what you take is they're going to be well coached. They're going to give you a multitude of defenses, fronts, coverages, pressures. And they're going to play hard. I mean, that goes without saying. So, you try to prepare the players for, maybe some tendencies and some expectations of things they might get. But at the end of the day, it's you got to earn what you get in this game, and you got to earn your yards, and that comes through execution. That's probably the biggest thing. You have to execute. There's not the ball. You can't hope the ball is going to bounce the right way. You got to execute, and you got to run it right. You got to throw it right. You got to protect right. You got to block right. And you got to do things the right way against this defense. They're going to make you earn it.
But this is the edge that Sark has of knowing what a new offensive coordinator and a new coordinator at Alabama and a new coordinator under Nick Saban, he knows what the initial interview was. He knows what the meetings were. He knows what you're allowed to change and what you're not allowed to change. So what he knows going in is, they're gonna focus on certain things. But I've got a couple things in my hat that I know Nick Saban told me when I came in. We're still gonna do this. We're still gonna focus what we do. And now over time, they've gone away from the team that was producing, just power backs. But that's because the game has changed, and Saban has changed with it. Sark is trying to change with the game as well. We hope he can continue to do it. But we've seen what Saban does enough that we have enough of a ballpark idea that we can prepare for this Alabama team and really hope that this is not a change where Saban decides he's going to allow his offensive and defensive coordinator to pull out something new. But he may, because he knows that Sark knows the game plan if they stick to the bread and butter.